Hello and thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Aaron Porras, here with ILTV's morning briefing.
The IDF attacked a Hamas observation post in the Gaza Strip hours after rocket sirens were heard in the Eshkol Regional Council in southern Israel last night. Although the IDF initially announced the rocket landed in Israel, they later reported the projectile landed in Gaza. Although no group claimed responsibility yet for the attack, Israeli policy is to hold Hamas accountable for any rocket that comes out of the coastal enclave. Since Israel and Hamas fought a bloody war in the summer of 2014, the terror group has largely refrained from shooting rockets at Israel. Recent rocket fire aimed at Israel has been primarily claimed by ISIS-linked groups in Gaza and other terrorist organizations not affiliated with Hamas. The launching of the rocket last night comes after Hamas security officials arrested 4 Islamic State terrorists in the Gaza Strip on Saturday, and last night's rocket fire could be a response to the arrests, according to security experts. According to Israeli Channel 2 News, the Netanyahu government is expected to announce the approval of almost 4,000 new homes in the West Bank next week. The homes are expected to be built in various towns throughout the settlements, including Beit El, Tekoa, and Hebron. 2 weeks ago, Prime Minister Netanyahu told settler leaders that he convinced Trump to let Israel build in isolated settlements as well. The new construction is reportedly set to be approved during a meeting of the Civil Administration Higher Planning Committee next Monday. The announcement comes after settlement leaders have criticized Netanyahu for not approving more settlements since President Trump has taken office. Although President Trump's administration has quietly told Israel that they can build settlements, Trump's public settlement construction policy is not yet entirely clear. Last week, United States Ambassador to Israel David Friedman caused controversy when he said, quote, "I think the settlements are part of Israel. I think that was always the expectation when Resolution 242 was adopted in 1967, end quote. The United States State Department, though, claimed Friedman's comments did not reflect United States policy. A tragic Jeep accident in Nepal has just left 8 Israelis gravely injured and 1 Israeli woman dead. The 26-year-old Vered Aviashar was traveling with the group when their Jeep fell into a gorge and overturned several times. The driver reportedly lost control, causing the initial fall. The Annapurna mountain range where the accident took place is a popular spot for Israelis and many other international tourists, and this is not the first time Israelis have been injured or killed in the area. In 2014, 3 Israelis from a group of a total of 16 were killed in an avalanche in Annapurna. Vered Aviashar, who was living in Jerusalem before her trip to Nepal, suffered a head injury in the accident, while the other 8 were described as lightly wounded. Aviashar succumbed to her wounds while en route to the hospital in Kathmandu. Sports-loving Israelis are itching to get out of work today as preparations for the World Cup qualifier match between Israel and Spain comes underway. Despite the fact that Spain has already qualified for the 2018 World Cup in Russia and that Israel has already been eliminated, the match in Israel's Teddy Stadium tonight is still expected to be sold out. Thousands of Israelis and visitors from abroad are excited just to get a chance to see such top-tier athletes play the game. And for the players, the visit to Israel and Jerusalem especially has also been very special. The Spanish national team was just seen last night visiting the Western Wall, taking selfies, and posting how their trip to Jerusalem has already been unforgettable. In an extraordinary demonstration of strength, thousands of women from Israel and the Palestinian Authority have just gotten together for a 2-week peace march through the West Bank and Israel, which ended yesterday in Jerusalem. The Women Wage Peace movement, which organized the march beginning on September 24th, is demanding a peace deal between Israel and the Palestinians. Over the course of the 2-week protest, thousands poured in, mostly dressed in white, to join the march, including among them even victims of violence caused by the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Speaking with the AFP, Michal Froman, who was stabbed while pregnant in 2016, said, quote, "We must come together to be able to reach the peace that we all want," end quote. Palestinian activists and participants chimed in with similar messages of hope and anti-violence as well. The Women Wage Peace organization was established in 2014 following the 50-day summer war with Gaza, later dubbed Protective Edge. During the war, protesters took turns fasting until the war's end. The latest protest has brought together nearly 5,000 women from across Israel and the Palestinian territories, and even some artists, all to promote the message of peace by marching together. And though the fight is far from over, the message of unity finally appears to have started to spread.
That's all for now. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.